So we're going to lift our arms up to the sky, taking a deep breath in and breathing out whilst folding down, nice and gently, and just holding it there. Remembering to breathe. Just go wherever feels comfortable for you. You can have a slight bend in your legs if you need. And then we're going to cross over our arms, put a slight bend in your knees, and then just let everything hang down. And again, just holding it there. You can put your feet apart if you need extra balance. And then we're going to come back up to the top and just taking in a deep breath again, and then breathing out whilst folding down, and then just holding it there. And then I want you to put your hands on your legs, on the bottom of your legs, just trying to keep in that straight position, and then lift up to around your knees. Keep a straight back, look up, and again just holding it there. And then sliding your hands back down as far as you can. Then I want you to cross over your arms, put a slight bend in your knees, and again just letting everything hang down. Really feeling that stretch. Should be feeling it throughout the whole back of your legs. And then standing up. And then I want you to face the front of your mat. And I want you to slide down the right side of your body, keeping your legs straight. Just slide down to about your knee, lift your left arm to the sky, and just look at your hand. You should be feeling this throughout your side. Just taking a few deep breaths. And then coming back up, sliding down the opposite side of your body now, trying to keep everything upright as you do. Just to about your knee, lifting your other arm to the sky, and again just looking at that arm and holding it there. This is a good on-mountain stretch as well, for those of you that will be going to the mountains next season. Okay, and then standing up. Then we're going to drop to all fours, and we're going to do some cats. So lifting the roof of your back to the sky like this, breathing in and then breathing out whilst arching your back as much as you can. And then doing the same again, repeating it 5 times. Just to really get that back warmed up. And once you've done that, we're going to roll onto our bum, keeping your legs out straight. Then I want you to bend up your right knee so that it's bent like this. Take your right hand, place it behind you for support, taking your left arm and putting it over and round so that it locks straight in front of your other knee. And then sitting up as tall as you can. I want you to then rotate to the right, really feeling that stretch. This is a good one to really breathe into as well. Really feeling it through your back. And then swapping sides. So now I'm going to take your left leg up, putting your left hand behind you for support. Take your other arm, keeping it out straight and taking it up and over so that it locks in front of your other knee. And again, just like before, just twisting round to that left side and breathing, really breathe into the stretch. Once you've done that, we're going to take a few rolls back and forth in your own time. Okay, then we're going to go back onto our front like this, and we're just going to do some upward dog movements, really pedaling through our feet just like we have been doing, to feel that in our calves as well. So going up into downward dog position, really pushing through the floor, feeling it through your fingers, just really push it through, and then drop your heels to the ground as much as you can and start pedaling your feet. Try and do 5 each side. And then once you've done that, we're going to drop through to upward dog. Just holding it there. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Reminding yourself to keep your shoulders down as well. And then pushing back through into upward dog. Sorry, downward dog, and just holding it there. And again, just pedaling through your feet, really feeling it through your calf muscles. And then going into upward dog again. Reminding yourself to breathe. And then once more, we're going to go back into downward dog. And then just pedaling through our feet as well. Really trying to push your heel to the ground as you do that for a further deeper stretch. And then just holding it for a few seconds, trying to push down both of your heels to the floor. Remind yourself to keep pushing your bum to the sky as well. And then once more, coming into this position here. Okay, and then pushing your bum back so that you're going to sit on your heels. And then just letting your forehead drop to the floor. And again, just holding this position. Reminding yourself to breathe. And just really relax into this stretch. Okay, then we're going to do a tiny bit of back mobility, like we have been doing every other day. So just lay on your back with your knees at 90 degrees, slight bend and then arms out to the side. Put your head on the floor and then just dropping those knees from side to side. Trying to keep your shoulders flat on the ground the whole time. Keeping your core engaged. This is almost like a full body mobility sesh. Trying to keep the small of your back flat on the ground as well. By doing that, you'll need your core engaged. Just doing 5 each side in your own time. And once you've done that, we're going to do a little rocking a ball again, just a few times. And then I want you to lay it on your back. Again, don't worry if you can't do this. You can just sit this one out, or you can give it a go if you want. And we're just going to raise our legs to the sky like this, and then just push over as much as you can. I'm very stiff this morning, so I can only get to here. But just holding it there. It's okay if you want to have a bend in your legs as well. It might mean you can go over further. But having them straighter will get a deeper stretch. And then once you've held that for a few seconds, I want you to come out of it. And we're going to go into some leg stretching. So I want you to kneel at 90 degrees with your right leg up, keeping your hips facing forwards so that they're at a nice angle. Breathing out to switch on your core muscles. You should be able to feel them engaged. And then I want you to just slightly push this left hip forward so that you're getting a nice stretch through your hip and just really engaging your glute muscles as well so that you can really get into that stretch. And again, just holding it there. If you're struggling to find the stretch, again, just move around a little bit, trying to find it. Again, you should be feeling it through this section here. And then I want you to take both hands, drop them to the floor so that they're on either side. So the left of your right foot, and then just slide that left leg back so that you're in a nice lunge position. And I just want you to hold it there. Taking some deep breaths. And trying to keep your head up and looking forward at all times. And then I want you to then drop onto your elbows for a deeper stretch. It's okay if you can't do this, but if you can try, then it is a good deeper stretch. And just holding it there for a few more seconds. I'm just going to move my mat a little bit so you can really see a little bit more. So going from this position here, I want you to then straighten that back leg so that it's like this. And again, just holding this stretch nice and strong. And in a moment, we're going to take our right arm. I'm going to feed it through this gap here. And again, just holding it there. Trying to keep as strong as possible. And this right arm should be behind your other arm as well, in case it looks a bit confusing. Then we're going to straighten both our legs like this, pushing your bum to the sky and just rotating round and taking the arm to the sky and making sure that you're looking at it. And again, just holding that position. And then I want you to do 5 times that movement, nice and softly, in your own time, not having to hold it, just working your way through that movement. Really feeling it through your whole body. And then drop your knee to the ground. Then we're going to swap sides. So we're now going to have our left leg in front, making sure your hips are at 90 degrees facing forwards. Take a deep breath out, and you should feel that in your core. And then again, just squeezing your glutes and then pushing your right hip forward now, ever so slightly, and you should feel that through the front of your hip. And then just holding it there. Again, like all these stretches, the more times you do them, if you're doing them every day, you'll get better at them, just like anything. So it's okay if you're finding some of these quite hard right now, because they will get easier the more you do. And then taking both hands, putting them on the floor to the side of your left foot, and then just sliding that back leg back so you're in a lunge position, and then just holding it there. Reminding yourself to breathe. Looking forward as well, keeping your head up. Try and keep everything relaxed in your upper bodies. Try and keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. You don't want them like this. You want to be nice and relaxed so that you can really just sink into that stretch. And again, like before, just dropping onto your elbows for a deeper stretch. It's okay if you can't do this right now, just stay in the stretch before, whatever feels comfortable for you. And just holding it there, taking a few deep breaths. And then coming back up. I want you to now straighten that back leg, and again just holding it in this position. Trying to keep your knee as straight as possible. We don't want it falling out to the side. Keeping it nice and straight. And just stay nice and strong like this for a few seconds. And now I want you to take your left arm, keeping it straight, putting it behind your other arm, and again just holding it there. If you can't really see, I'll just repeat that again. So keeping your left arm straight, feeding it behind your right arm and just holding it. And then want you to straighten both your legs now, pushing your bum to the sky and rotating round so that your left arm is in the sky, and we're just going to look at your hand there. Taking a few deep breaths. And then I want you to just repeat that movement 5 times, nice and slowly, in your own time. Okay, and then dropping your knee to the ground. And now I want you to lay on your back with your legs out straight. And I want you to take up your right knee, bent like this, and just pull it towards you. Again, just really relaxing into having your head on the ground, just really pulling that knee towards you. You should be feeling this like in your hip area. And again, just taking a few deep breaths. And then from this position here, I want you to then straighten your leg as much as you can. It's okay if you can't straighten it, but just really go for it. And I want you to interlock both hands like this, and then just really pull your legs towards you. Whatever feels comfortable for you. If you need to have a band or like a towel or something like that so that you can just wrap it behind and then you can pull down on it, that might be easier. But if you've not got that handy, then just use your hands and just gently pull your leg towards you. And then we're going to swap sides. So now taking your left knee towards your body, putting your head on the floor, and again just pulling that knee towards you. Taking a few deep breaths. Really feeling it in your hip area. And then again, I want you to straighten up your leg, interlock your hands, put them behind your leg, just whatever's comfortable for you. Again, if you need to have a bend in it, that's totally okay. But the straighter the better. And then just pulling that leg gently towards you. You might find you have one leg tighter than the other, and that's totally fine. Again, if you do need something to put around your leg and pull it in, that's totally okay. I usually do that as well, but I thought I might as well give you something that you can do without that. And you can just use your hands, they're as good as anything really. And then sitting up. And now we're going to work on our quad muscles. So I want you to sit on all fours. I want you to go back into that lunge position with your right leg forward. If you can't see, that's what it looks like. Hands on the floor. And then taking your right hand, we're going to go over, bend up that left knee, grab your foot with your right hand, and then just sinking into that stretch, and you should be feeling this in your quad muscle. Taking a few deep breaths. Your aim is to get your right shoulder to your right knee as well. And if that's feeling too easy, you can then drop to your elbow. Again, really feeling that stretch. And just taking some time to take some nice deep breaths. With every breath that you take, really sink in further into the stretch. And then swapping sides. So you're now going to have your left leg in front of you in that nice lunge position, back leg straight, and then just taking your left hand now, take it up and round, bending that right leg, and then just grabbing your right foot and just holding it there. Again, your aim is to get your left shoulder to your left knee and just hold it there, feeling the stretch in your quad muscle. Again, taking some nice deep breaths. really sinking further with every breath that you take into the stretch. And just like on the other side, if this is feeling too easy, you can always drop to your elbow on the right side and then just holding it there, feeling the deeper stretch. And then coming out of that, we're now going to work on our glute muscles. So taking your right leg forward, putting it at an angle. If you've been doing this every day, then you'll know which one I mean, but if you've just joined, then it's going to look like this from the front. Just a nice angle, doesn't have to be anything specific, just whatever feels comfortable for you. And then just putting your left leg straight behind you and just really sinking into that stretch. You should be feeling this in your right glute. Just taking a few deep breaths. Again, if this is too easy or you want a deeper stretch, drop to your elbows and that'll give you a nice deep stretch. And again, just holding it there for around 10 seconds to really feel that stretching. Again, this is one of my favourite stretches to do. It's perfect for snowboarding because I use my glutes literally every single day. We're always in the same stance, moving through that same range of movement. So yeah, our glutes do get worked quite a bit. Then coming back up and just swapping sides. So you've now got your left leg in front at an angle, and again just sinking into that stretch. And just holding it there. And then I want you to drop to your elbows if you can, for a deeper stretch. And again, just holding that position. Taking a few deep breaths. Again, it's okay if you have one glute tighter than the other. It's totally fine. And then coming back up. We're now going to work on our hip muscles. I have done this the other day, but I want you to sit in a cross-legged position just like this. Taking your right foot now, just lifting it up, making sure that your ankle is in this position, so don't have your foot pointed, keep it like this. And then just bringing it over so that it sits on top of your other knee. And then your aim is to get your knee down to the ground, but obviously, just like me, I'm very tight in my hips. Being a snowboarder, so this is as far as I can get, and I'm feeling that like around the back of my hip into my glute. So if you're really flexible, your knee might be able to get to the ground, but just whatever's good for you, and just holding it there. And then swapping sides when you're ready. Again, just going into that cross-legged position. Taking your left leg now, keeping it at this angle, and then just moving it across so that your ankle is on top of your other knee. And again, just letting this knee drop to the ground. And you should be feeling that around the back of your hip into your glute. And just holding it there. You can use your hand to push it down a little bit if you want, just whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, so once you've done that, I want you to now put your legs together like this so that they're bent up, and then just let them fall to the side and just to a nice position like this. And if you are in front of a couch, or you want a couch to help you, or a wall, you can just have the wall against your back like that, and then just lean against it, and that might be able to get you a deeper stretch as well, because you'll have something to push against. But if not, you can just sit like this, hold your feet like I'm doing now, and then just let your hips drop to the floor, sorry, your knees drop to the floor. And you can, if you want a deeper stretch, really push down as well, using your muscles, force them to the ground. And just holding it there. Trying to keep as straight as possible as well in your back. Don't want to be over like this. Want to be nice and tall. If you want a deeper stretch, take both hands, put them behind you, and then just push into the floor using your hands, and you might be able to get further down. Again, just taking a couple more deep breaths. And once you've done that, bring your legs back up, put them out in front of you, and just give them a little bit of a shake. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of hamstrings as well. So just sitting nice and tall with your legs straight out in front of you. Put your hands on your legs and just keeping your back as straight as possible like this, just sinking forwards, trying to get your chest to your knees, not your head to your knees. You want to keep really straight and just holding it there. I want you to take 3 deep breaths now, and with every breath out, I want you to slide a little bit further down your legs. So breathing in and breathe out and slide a little bit further, and just holding it there for a few more seconds. And then I want you to breathe in and breathe out, sliding a tiny bit further down your legs. Again, just holding it there, and then we're going to do that one more time. You might find that you've moved quite a lot. I find with this one, especially first thing in the morning, I'm so stiff, but the more I sit in it and breathe, the further down I get and the more flexibility I get. Okay, so breathing in and breathing out, sliding further down each time. Again, just holding that position a few more seconds. Okay, so once you've done that, I want you to now lift up your left knee, drop it to the side, just like this. And again, just doing the same thing. Just going to keep our hips square to the front, just slide down our right leg, but this time we're just going to hold it there. You might find you can get a little bit further down with just one leg. I really like this one because it really isolates your legs. I'm a big fan of when I do my leg strength workout. A lot of my exercises, in fact most of my exercises are single leg. Like I really like working on each individual leg instead of two, because it just isolates all the muscles and you can work on them individually and you're not overcompensating on one side or the other. You know that that leg is getting stronger, and just like this, we know that this individual leg is working and getting a good stretch. So now taking up your other knee, pulling it in towards you, letting it drop out to the side, putting your hips to the front so they're nice and square, and again just sliding down that other leg and just holding it there. Again, if you've got one leg tighter than the other, that's totally okay. You might have been working or using one side more than the other without even realising. And again, just holding that position. And then we're going to work on a bit of our groin as well. So I want you to come onto all fours like this at the side of your mat, and just walk your knees out to the side as much as you can, so you're really feeling it through your groin and just holding it there. This is a really good stretch because you can just feel it working straight away. Taking a few deep breaths. And then dropping to your elbows for a further deeper stretch, and again just holding that position. Again, just go at your own rate. You don't need to push yourself too much, just go to whatever feels like it's a nice stretch. And just holding it there, a few more seconds. And then if you do want a deeper stretch, you can put both arms straight out in front of you and really press into the ground for a deeper stretch. But again, only try this if you do want a deeper stretch. If you're fine with the other ones, then just stay there. And then coming out of that stretch, I want you to now stand up and just shake your legs, just shake everything off. I feel like with the groin ones, it's always nice to just have a little bit of a shake afterwards. And last but not least, we're going to stand in the straddle position, crossing our arms over and just letting everything hang down and just holding it there. This is a nice way to feel like you're upside down as well first thing in the morning. See the world from a different perspective. And then just gently moving side to side with your arms, really feeling it through the back of your hamstrings. And then putting both hands on the ground. I want you to now walk your feet in a tiny bit, putting your feet out at an angle, just like we have been every other day, and then just sitting down into that position. Putting your hands in prayer position, and I did say yesterday we'll add a little variation to this one, and it's a bit of mobility, which I really like, especially in the morning. But again, just putting both elbows onto your knees and just pushing out, really feeling that stretch in your hip and groin area. Again, if you need to put a book under your heels for support, that's totally fine. Just holding it for a few more seconds before going into some mobility. Reminding yourself to breathe. Okay, Okay, so now if you are comfortable in this position, I want you to grab your toes on both sides like this, and then just gently straighten your legs, and then bend back down. And we're just going to repeat that 5 times. Reminding yourself to breathe. And then slowly standing up once you've done that.